Hi guys, how you doing? This is Action Jackson and welcome to Motivation for the Nation. Hey, good morning everyone. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Motivation for the Nation. My name's Action Jackson and it's a pleasure to have you here with me today. This is the show that increases your dose of happiness. So if you're not feeling really too good today, well, today we're going to definitely lift up that energy. We've got some Bob Marley in the background. Hey, come on. Come on. Don't worry about a thing because everything's going to be all right. Jeez. Three little birds. Fish by my doorstep. Okay. Singing sweet song. The vibe. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Motivation for the Nation. My name is Action Jackson, and today is a day that's going to definitely change your life. Today, we're going to be talking about how to ruin your life and your career. Yeah, how to ruin. Morning, Kerry. Morning, Kerry. How you doing? Yep, some great lyrics that we need right about now. Don't worry about a thing because every little thing is going to be all right. The title of today's show is How to Ruin Your Career and Your Life as well, if you want to ruin it. How to ruin your life and your career. Yes. There are methods of ruining your life and your career. Let's leave that on the screen for now so people know what we're talking about today. How to ruin your life and your career. Because obviously, how to have an exceptional career is not helping anymore because, there's many books written. Okay. And says run the track. Yeah. Listen. Crank up that volume, yeah? Wait, what's my volume? Oh, are you feeling the vibes? Come on. I could be here all day, All right. Let's go with the show. So today we're going to be talking about how to ruin your life and career. There are steps and methodologies that you need to follow in order to ruin your life and your career. There are thousands and even millions of examples of people who have ruined their life and ruined their career. And what we're going to do today is look at the steps that they took in order to ruin their life and career so that you yourself can actually follow those steps if you want to ruin your life and if you want to ruin your career. It's very easy to do, okay? Because at the end of the day, many people are going for dreams. Everybody's going for their nightmare. Everybody knows what to do, but they don't do it. But before we get started, I always start off the day with gratitude. We're going to do our gratitude exercise right now. See, every morning when I wake up, I'm always focused on the things that I'm grateful for. I'm always thinking about the things that I have in my life. And right now, I want each and every one of us to go into our gratitude moment. Good morning to the Williams family. Big shout out to you, Anthony. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Good morning, Kerry. This is our gratitude exercise. And the words I like to use for our gratitude exercise is this. All I need is within me now. All I need is within me now. See, everything you need is within you. Everything you need to ruin your life is within you. Everything you need to make your life a dream is within you. Whatever the case may be, everything is within you. All I need is within me now. All I need is within me now. So take a deep breath in and breathe out. What are you thinking right now? What most people don't realize is this. Your thoughts are controlling everything that you do. Your thoughts are controlling everything that you do. That's why you must regulate your thoughts by using words like all I need is within me now. Everything you need to be the person you need to be is within you. How do I know that? Well, you have managed to ruin your emotions and make yourself feel sick by misusing your mind, by misusing your heart, But today I want to help you utilize everything that you have by saying these words: all I need is within me now. What does this really mean, Jackson? Eyes, ears, mouth, nose, heart, thought. It's within you. Everything on the outside comes from the inside. But the problem is you don't believe enough in what's on your inside. That's why you're always watching what other people are doing and constantly comparing yourself. See, this is it. Watch this, watch this. Don't you ever compare your inside with somebody else's outside. Anything can look good within a second. I can put up a good picture of myself on Instagram and make myself look glam. See, so half of these YouTubers that do these shows, right? All they need is a background that's clean enough, but the rest of their life could be a mess. I'm not saying that's the case for everyone, but what I'm trying to say to you is this: everything you need to be who you need to be is within you now. Take a deep breath in for me. Breathe out. Just put your hand on your heart and say, all I need is within me now. All I need is within me now. Your heart's within you. Your thoughts within you. Watch the next phrase. I am grateful for my life. I am grateful for my life. I am great. Many people don't show gratitude for life. They complain about life. They moan about life. They moan about the things that are not going well. They moan about the things that they don't have. They moan about the things that they're trying to get. But they don't ever stop to say, you know what? Thank you for the rain. Thank you for the clouds. Thank you for my eyebrows. Thank you for my eyes. Thank you for my nose. Thank you for my mouth. Thank you for my lungs. Thank you for water. Thank you for toilet. Thank you for food. Thank you for my digestive system, because I know it works really well. What are you thankful for? Write it up right now. Write it up. What are you thankful for? What are you thankful for? Because today our focus is gratitude. Whatever you do today, you've got to start thinking about the things that you're grateful for. What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? Take a deep breath in and out. Beautiful. Whatever you do today, please focus on what you're grateful for. That's the end of our gratitude exercise. Thank you. Thank you so much. That is amazing. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Motivation for the Nation. My name is Action Jackson. I'm going to be your host for today. Today, we're talking about how to ruin your career and life. How to ruin your life and your career. It's very easy. Oh, what are you guys trying to do to me today, man? We're jamming. We're jamming. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm live on YouTube right now, Action Jackson Live. Hey. It's about happiness in life, not money, from a career. Be grateful for family's love. Ooh, I like jam. I like jam. Why are you doing this to me? Listen, cut the music, man. Cut the music, man. What are you trying to do to us out here? It's not Friday yet. It's not Friday yet. Well. Wow, amazing stuff. Well, today we're going to be talking about how to ruin your life and your career. How to ruin your life and your career. I think many people are on a path. And when you're on a path, the most important thing on your path is your mind, because your mind controls your emotions. Your emotions controls your actions, and your actions controls your results. Well, there are many people who have taken some turns, and we want to hear. I've made many errors, and my key thing is to make sure that you are on the right path. Well, to get on the right path, we need to know what the wrong path looks like. On the show today, I have an amazing individual who is talented, fabulous, great heart for the world. She's a wonderful lady that has been on the show when we had the George Floyd discussion. She was on here with her thoughts. And one of the things I gathered about her is she's an individual that wants to change the world. So passionate about wanting to change the world. And she's trying to use all her energy, but every now and then she burns out. She burns out because she's realizing, why am I burning out? It's because she's trying to change the outside world, but before you can change the outside world, you need to change the inside world so you can have more energy to change the outside world, okay? And today I just wanted to have a chat with her about her journey, her career, the mistakes that she's made, and the miracles that she's made, so that we can all learn. We can all learn. This is a learning opportunity. So if you want to learn how to ruin your life and your career, this is the show for you. Please put your digital hands together as I welcome onto the show the one, the only, the beautiful, the amazing, the fantastic Izzy. Hey.
Good morning.
Morning. How are you doing?
Not too bad after that gratitude and motivation speech. Feeling a bit.
You feeling pumped up? There you go. The Bob Marley was getting us in the groove, man. It just made us
Always.
feel good. Well, tell our audience who you are and what you do.
I'm Izzy. I am still young, I'd like to think, at the age of 23. I can still change my career or ruin my life as many times as I want. But recently, I've just graduated last summer. So
Okay.
I did get to party. Feel bad for the kids who
Mm,
are finishing school and graduating now in lockdown.
yeah.
Because that sucks.
Yeah.
Morning, Mary. But yeah, I did politics at uni, and I thought it's when you learn. And I didn't know what to do at uni, and my school was always like, got to pick, got to pick. And I never knew
Wow.
what I wanted to do,
Mhm.
and I feel like from such a young age, it's like you've got your GCSEs,
Mm,
got to pick what you want to do for your GCSEs, and then that's meant to determine your A levels, and then
yeah.
that's meant to determine what you do at university. Everything's so linear,
Mm,
and I feel like sometimes getting stuck in a linear system, you don't think about actually what makes you happy and what drives you and what gives you motivation throughout the day. I think if you're constantly stuck in a system,
yeah. Yeah.
it's hard to get out of that. So I went through the academic system. I
Mhm.
did my degree and I loved it. I loved going to university and I did my degree and I come out of politics. And then I was like, hang on, I don't know what I want to do. I'd like food is always been my passion.
Wow.
Always. I love food. I come from a very foodie family. And
Yeah.
I did so much cooking at uni, and it was the one thing that would always relax me. I'd be like writing essays, and I'd be in the library for 10 hours, and I'd come home and I'd be like, right, I'm cooking myself a nice dinner. And I'd be cooking, and I'd play the music, I'd be cooking in the kitchen, and I'd be like, this is a good evening to the end of my crappy day. And then I was like, okay, I'll go to cooking school.
Wow.
So I went to cooking school, which was an amazing experience. Trained
Mm,
under some of the best chefs in the country. Very lucky to go there. Had an amazing time. And then I was like, okay, where do I go now?
mm,
I've done that. Like, what career path do I want to choose? I've got a degree in politics. I've got a cooking qualification. Like, which route do
yeah.
you go down? And I was like, okay, I'll stick with the cooking because that's what makes me happy. And I like surely your career is meant to be about happiness,
Of
right?
course. Yeah.
You don't want to be stuck doing something all day
Mm-mm.
long that you don't enjoy, because that's when you sort of get in a rut and you'll be in your own mind doing different things. But I notice that all the time, and it's sort of like you get stuck in there, and it's like, how do
Wow.
I get out? And I think
Difficult groove. You get into that groove.
yeah, and it's
Mm,
hard to get out of that groove. And uni definitely sort of academic pressure, I feel, is always there for everyone.
yeah.
And for me, my mother's probably the most intelligent woman I've ever met in my life.
Big up,
And for
mommy.
me, big up mummy, big up mummy. But it's always been like, am I as clever as mum? Like, does
Oh.
she think I'm doing good? Like, are my
Mm,
grades good enough for her? And I know in hindsight that was probably a thought that should never have crossed my mind because
yeah.
she's my mother and she'll love me anyway,
Hmm.
which I now know. But I just feel like academics it's a hard thing because from a young age you're always pushed in the same direction. And
Yeah.
at school, there aren't many choices for you to choose.
No.
And it's really hard for you to work out what you want to do when you're stuck in something that's very linear. But I think I've got there. I think I found the right career.
So currently you're still in the food world.
Still in the food world.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, this whole pandemic and being in
Mm,
lockdown has changed a lot
yeah.
about the way we think and what we're doing. And I've sort of sat
Mm,
here for the last 3 months unemployed and I'm like, what do I want to do?
mm,
Because I had a job before, which didn't work out as I'd hoped.
okay.
But now I'm rethinking about what went wrong. Did I actually enjoy that job?
Mm,
Was it the one that I wanted? And how I can actually move around in the food world. Because I mean, the food world's not just about hospitality.
no.
There's so much in the food world. And I mean, especially at the moment with food banks
True.
and COVID, that's been a massive thing. So I've been looking into that. So
Wow.
that's sort of more heading me into my politics direction with the food, that qualification I now have. So it's sort of, I don't know, it's a new world, but I think it's interesting to.
Well, it's interesting to hear you talk about life and career and the fact that, you went into politics and you came out, you didn't go into politics after coming out because for you, it's like, right, cool, politics was good, tick, I've learned about this. But then when there's something that grabs my heart, and I think this is what I always say to people, the reason why I do what I do is I heard someone say, find something you love doing and build your life around that thing.
Yeah.
Because if you love doing it, it fuels you and you do it without permission. You wake up and do it. You don't have to be coerced to do it. And if you're in a job where you wake up, you're like, oh, here we go again, then imagine what your soul is feeling like. But the problem with most people, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, is we know what we really want to do, but the other question is, oh, how's that going to pay the bills? How's that going to sustain you? How's that going to pay your mortgage? But you could be paying your mortgage and be depressed. It's possible. You could be earning six figures and be frustrated. So today, hi guys, if you're watching, this is Motivation for the Nation. And today we're talking about how to ruin your life and career. How to ruin your life and career. It's very easy. Let's leave this title up on the screen for a second because I need people to understand what we're talking about here. In what way would you say you've ruined, I won't say ruin your life because that's like a big, thing, but in what ways have you made the wrong thought choices that have hindered your true tug? Because there's a part of you that knows the truth. And there's a part of you that goes, because there's two things we work with. We work with our head and our heart. If I ask you on a count of three, what would you like to do for the rest of your life without having to worry about anything? Is it politics or food? 1, 2, 3, go.
Politics.
You want to do politics. Boom. So
Yeah.
now imagine, what's the beauty? Is it possible to combine politics and food together?
Yeah, it is. Well, that's what I'm trying to work out. There must be some way. And there is.
Exactly. And the problem is because there's no reference point to what you want to do, the brain shuts down. It's like, oh, okay. Not realizing that you are supposed to be the reference point for everybody else that's coming up from behind you. Yeah. So what choices would you say you've made along the way that's actually ruined your thought pattern and your heart pattern? In terms of like your thought, how do you process thoughts in
I
terms of
think
your
final year was a tough one for me.
okay.
Final year of my degree, because it was like, this is a lot of pressure. And I've always sort of, whenever there's a lot of pressure, my mind's always closed down. And it always sort of gets trapped. And I really struggled to get out of that for a good 4 months. And it was sort of, you could see in the way that it affected my work, my sleep, everything. And I was just in this rut of sort of depression, anxiety, and insomnia all in one. And it was hard to get out of. But being able to admit that to myself, because I mean, it's like mental health is such a taboo. And well, it used to be a taboo. Now I'd like to think people speak about it more.
Yeah.
To admit that to yourself that you might be struggling, I think, is a really important thing. And then try and find your coping mechanisms and how you can get yourself out of this.
Yeah. Someone says political foodie. Look at that. Look at that. Political foodie. This could be the new way forward. Watch that. Can you imagine this? Okay, watch this, Izzy. Okay.
Yeah.
We've got a spread of food while we discuss politics. That you just had yourself a show. Lots of food, talking politics. Yeah. So it's just like, okay, cool. You invite me on the show, and we're sharing my favorite food, and you're teaching me politics, and we're just munching. Because if there's one thing, that we all love is food. And one thing that we shouldn't be discussing all the time, but we like discussing is politics, because it's all got something to do with us, So you're saying that going back to final year, that was a time and it was really tough for you. Why would you say the final year for you was tough? What were the things that would say?
I don't know. I think it was sort of an amalgamation of this is the end. This is the end of my degree. What are you going to do from here?
Yeah.
And it's all that coming together. And I've never really known what I wanted to do. I've always done things that I'm interested in. And I'm not sure, like, there's not a career out there that screams at me. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I think finishing that year of university, not knowing what I exactly wanted to do, and having all this work on top of me, and then being in a rut myself, I was like, well, where does this go? What does this lead to? But I could learn, and I sort of did things to help myself get out of that rut. And then I was like, okay, well, then maybe I'll do something that I really enjoy, which was food, which is why I went into the food. I was like, okay, I've done the academics. I've got through that. And now I want to be happy and do something that I enjoy.
So it's interesting. Let me ask you a question. So, it's like, oh, I did politics and that's cool. And I'm doing food that makes me happy. But when I ask you, what is it you're looking to do out of food and politics? You've gone for politics.
I think the thing that got me to do politics at uni was current affairs, the world, the news. I'm always reading about what's going on. And in a way, I'll read the whole newspaper and I'll be like, I'm more depressed than when I started, like, what's going on with the world?
Wow.
But then at the same time, you've got to think, okay, but everything can be done to sort of change something and do something and to improve. Like, you can always improve on something. So nothing's ever perfect.
So for you, you just want to change the world. It's not really about politics. You just want to change the world.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. And if there's one thing everybody in the world does is what? They all have to wake up in the morning, then do what? They have to, hopefully they brush their mouth and have a bath and stuff. But if there's one thing I know everybody does in the world is they like to eat.
Yeah.
And when we're eating,
start a day with a good breakfast.
There you go. And when we're eating, we're more relaxed. And when we're relaxed, we get to talk about life's issues. So it's almost, this is weird because I'm having this conversation with you and I can smell your passion and I can smell your frustration. And I don't think you want to commit to the frustration. You want to commit to the solution. You know. So is it that politics is the way, or do you just want people to be happy?
Well, I mean, you live in a society, don't you? You sign up to the society you live in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that I agree with.
Yeah, I think you need an escape. American cousin. So food is that for you? You easy for the rest? Yeah, that's it. Because in a sense, okay, what scares you about the choice for the future? In a sense,
I don't know. A lot of things. The environment. I mean, human rights, the way like the world works, everything. I think there's so much stuff in the world that needs to change.
Okay.
Whether you have a good organization and a backing behind it.
Yeah. So if you was to sort of let's look at this like, you're probably 100 years old, is the end of your life. And it's all said and done. You've got another 10 minutes left on the planet before you cross over to the other side. And you want to look back over your life. What's one thing you would like to say, wow, I'm glad I did that?
I don't know. Equality, something to make a difference. I don't know. I feel like it's a hard thing to say because I don't know where I'd want to make the difference. But there are so many places where you'd want to make a difference in life. And I don't think that's to my immediate friends around me and making sure that they're always in a good place, or to something slightly more open and improving lives for others. It's such a
wow. So for those of you who are watching, we're talking about how to ruin your life and your career. And we're talking about, and I believe the number one way to ruin your life and your career is to go for the things you hate, do the things you hate every day, because that definitely is going to just destroy your soul. Would you agree with me on that one, Izzy? Like, wake up every day doing something you really hate, that's eating away at your soul. And that's one way forward. And surround yourself with people who do not celebrate you or who do not have dreams and goals, because that's another. What would you say environment? What part does an environment play in life and career choices?
I think massively. I think if you're not surrounded by an environment that makes you happy, or you don't feel supported, or you don't just comfortableness is really important. And if you don't have that, you're not going to be able to fulfill everything else that you want to do. And I think understanding yourself is a massive thing. And I mean, it takes years to understand yourself, I think, and exactly what process, how your brain works in itself. I mean, your subconscious thought is always flicking, isn't it? And you may be sitting there and you don't feel anxious or stressed, but your brain's going, okay, that's a trigger. Okay, that's a trigger. And then it all builds up, and then you're like, and I think noticing those little triggers
Yeah.
that make you yourself feel not as fulfilled is really important.
Wow. Okay, that's an interesting one because for me, I always pay attention to those triggers. I never do the things that I don't enjoy. Like, for instance, I'm designing my studio right now. I could hire someone to paint it for me, but because I just love the experience of painting and just being present in the room, I've noticed that trigger, so I do that. I went and bought the flooring, and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to hire someone. I'm going to figure out how to lay down the floors, and I'm going to do it myself. That's because I listen to the triggers that make me happy, and the things that don't make me happy, I stay away from it. So those of you who are watching, definitely ignore the triggers that put a smile on your face if you want to have a ruined life and career. Let's talk about dealing with hurt and rejection, because you need a heart to be able to tackle life's challenges. And the more rejected you are, the more fearful you are, the heavier the heart is, and the harder it is to move forward. Talk us through your journey through rejection and sort of like, I want to say, resentment, anything that you've harbored on your heart that slowed you down.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of rejection
Mm,
throughout sort of years and different things that I would never really would view something that would affect me that much.
true.
And I think when rejection or hurt happens, you tend to sort of close in on yourself,
Hmm.
and all of your surroundings don't really matter that much, and you're much more centered about what you're thinking and what you're doing, and then you
Yeah.
overthink the thing, and it becomes sort of this cycle of just viciousness that will never really work
Mm,
out, and you can't get out of that rut,
yeah.
and you're stuck.
Wow.
But and I think that's what it is. It's the triggers and just trying to work out how, like
Mm,
like everyone goes through life feeling, I don't know, resentment or
hmm.
hurt or rejection. I mean, those are daily emotions. And
Of
I think
course.
learning how to deal with emotions that are negative are really important. And
Mm,
it's hard to deal with those.
yeah. Yeah.
And it is hard.
And I think this is why, like you were saying about, doing what you love, doing what makes you happy. It may not pay the bills right now, but if we continue to do it, at least it fuels our heart and it allows our brain to be able to make the better decision. Because many people are scared to go and do pottery, to go and do writing, to go and do politics or food or ice skating or whatever it is, because they're afraid of failing and they're afraid of taking that. And what if it goes wrong? And I always say to people, listen, go for your goals, go for your dreams. If it does go wrong, write a book about how it went wrong, sell it, you be a success. You know what I'm trying to say? Because there's no way. And I think what the message we need to put out to everyone is, what makes you happy? Do it. For you, politics makes you happy because it's one step closer to making people happy. For my estimation, it's not that you want, because I think here's my sort of hallucination that if you was to go into politics, you're probably going to be more depressed if you was to go into politics, because you begin to see the nastiness of it, the frustrations, like you want to feel like just strangling someone because you're not doing the job right. But what I see about you is that if you became a humanitarian, start the charity, helping people on the ground, really, like, imagine you went somewhere and you built a well or you built a school or you made sure that the infrastructure was right and everything was okay, that would fulfill you more than actually, because one is the means to an end. People seem to think politics is a means to an end because you're meant to make a decision for people. And I think what people need to understand is, go where the joy is. Go where the joy is.
Yeah.
The joy for me is being with people, communicating ideas and seeing people light up. For you, all right, let me give you two options: a room filled with politicians debating and talking about policies and stuff, or a room filled with young mothers and equipping them with how to become better parents and how to have better infrastructure around a table of the best food we've ever had. A
Obviously,
or B?
the mothers in the food win every time. Who wants to sit in a room with politicians? This is exactly the thing, though. But it's sort of like, why do you? It's sort of like, you go, okay, you can go be an MP or you can go sit in
Hmm.
the House of Parliament, and it's like, well, for me, I look at the House of Parliament and I think every single person there, especially in the government at the moment, have had no ideology and they've just wanted
Mm,
to be there, and they've got
yeah.
there throughout, no matter however they did it because
Mm.
they wanted to get there
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
any means.
Mm.
And I think
This is
that's
beautiful.
really hard because politics has become now, being a politician is a career now. It's not helping
Yeah.
other people, it's being that politician.
Mm.
And I
Mm.
think that's where it needs to change. So sort of working in sort of humanitarian and NGOs and charitable work is the way forward. I have worked that out, which is why I've been looking at food banks. But everyone wants a finance advisor now. So didn't do economics, I'm afraid.
But here's the thing, what I'm sensing is like, so you have many years ahead of you to decide on your life's journey. There's a long, diverse road ahead. What I would definitely say is this: don't be afraid of failure, because that's one thing that hangs over our heads.
Yeah.
You're 23 years old, and like you said, I've got many more years to flop. And if it is committing to food banks for the next 1 year, and food bank becomes the thing, and then you're liaising with politicians to give you more money to open up more food banks, then so be it. Liaising with philanthropists to do that, because I believe that that's what's going to bring joy to your heart, because what attracted you was pain of people's hearts, and what's going to rescue you and others is your passion to see people smile. So I would say to anyone watching, please do not be afraid of getting it wrong. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Failure is part of the journey. You have to flop many times. I love failure because I get to learn. It's not winning and losing. No, 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 no. It's winning and learning. Learning is the key thing. Izzy's joined us today, and we're talking food and we're talking politics. Now, forget politics. If we was to have a dinner right now and we were in the room right now, what would be your chow down plate of the moment? As in like,
It's got to be lasagna. I love lasagna.
Ooh.
I know it's a simple little pasta dish, but a good lasagna, like, nothing beats it.
Come on, come on.
Everyone's happy with lasagna, right?
Well, for me, it would be spaghetti carbonara.
Oh,
Cream and some pieces of bacon in there, and then we have some peppers sprinkled all over there. And to the side, I need a bit of just salmon sitting by the side. That would be it. In one of those plates that's actually deep, the deep plates, not the flat ones, it's the deep ones.
yeah, you need
You
like
know,
big bowls. So you
the
can
deep
pile
bowl.
it and pile
That's
it.
it. It's like, along with a glass of apple juice, the cloudy apple juice, chilled, so I can see the mist around the glass. And to top it up, cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
It's cheesecake.
A cheesecake. See, my dad loves a cheesecake, and this is a lesson on frustration. He loves cheesecake and went to go cook himself a cheesecake, but my dad's a very stressful man, and you can see it when he's in the kitchen cooking. He's an amazing cook, but you'll see it, and he'll be like chopping away, and then he'll go over his finger, and there's blood skirting everywhere. And he'll just like, breathe, man, breathe. And
Yeah.
he made a cheesecake the other day, and he was in such a rush and wasn't thinking properly, and didn't put the spring on the cake tin properly.
I think,
And
yeah.
picked it up, and all this cheesecake in the middle just came pouring out the bottom, and you could just see his face getting angrier and angrier. And I was like, Dad, this is a lesson. You just got to learn to breathe and just sit back sometimes. You can't get riled up and stressed, like you're making a cheesecake and it's gone too far.
Or dad, just go to Tesco's because every little helps. Okay, just buy yourself one. Life is easy. That's so amazing. Listen, thank you so much for this conversation. It's beautiful. I think I wanted to have this conversation with you, partly because I see your heart and I see what you really desire to do for the earth. And my word of encouragement to you and anybody else that's watching is this: whatever makes you happy, whatever brings you joy, start with that. Focus on that, be present with that, and the rest will unfold. Like you rightly said, food banks. Let's start with that. Let's commit to that. And then, second question, okay, how can I sustain myself financially through this work? How can I use what brings me joy to sustain myself financially? Because most people ask themselves, is this paying well? No, I said, is this fun? Is it fulfilling? Is it paying well? Those are the three questions you need to ask yourself if you want to have that career. Is it fun? Is it fulfilling? And is it going to pay well? Most people say, is it going to pay well? Then they forget about fun and fulfillment, you know. But you've been a great star on the show today, and I just love your presence. And one day we might just have a food show, you know, where we could just sit down and just break down some bread, you know, make it happen. What's one last good luck is it with everything you decide? Yes, yes, you
Thank
know,
you.
this is it. And to everyone that's in that crossroad, don't panic. Just do what you love now. Even on a lockdown, like for me, I'm going to start doing wood carvings. Yeah. And I'll tell you why I'm doing wood carvings. I realized that I'm very passionate, but I struggle with patience. So those two are just two wrong things. You have to be passionate and patient at the same time. So if I can train my patience, whatever I'm passionate about, I can create. There's a quote I heard that says, "Infinite patience creates immediate results." Infinite patience creates immediate results. So for all of you who are watching right now, please be infinitely patient with yourself. And before you know it, you're going to find yourself where you want to be in life. We've just been joined here by the amazing Izzy. She's beautiful. She's imaginative. She is intelligent, and she's definitely going to feed the world some happiness. And I look forward to, and do you know what? I sense you're going to write in a book. You're going to write a book.
Well,
You're going
we'll
to write a
see.
book. No, no,
Right.
no, 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 no,
Right.
no, no, no. Start.
Start.
Because yeah, you have a story to be told. Your first food and politics. Oh, girl, come on now. You know how to use food to make people happy. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. You've been
Thank
amazing.
you. Thank you very
Excellent
much.
stuff.
Have a
Wonderful. All right. Wow. What a great conversation. People were loving Izzy, man. People were loving. And this is it. You know, everyone's at a crossroad in terms of decision making. We are in precedented times. Little Chick says we want Izzy's book. You see? Yeah, let's see. Look at that. That's your first copy there. That's a pre-order. That's a pre-order right now. So Izzy Bears, write that book before I come to your house and slide tackle you. You know. So Mr. John Stamos says you are inspiring. Look at that. This is what it's all about. You make me smile. Listen, if you're watching right now and you are at a crossroad in your life, own that crossroad. Be still in that crossroad. Don't be in a hurry to move off. See, if you're driving and you get to a traffic light, the first thing you're supposed to do is stop, not go. Many of you are at a crossroad and you're in a hurry to move off. No, be still. Because for some of you, you've gone through education. And while you're going through education, they didn't teach you how to find out about you. They didn't teach you about you. They were teaching you about Pythagoras. Yes. Henry VIII. Yes. You know, but they didn't teach you about you. Maybe sometimes you need to just stop and get to know you. Get to know you. I'm going to recommend a book for everyone to go and buy. Okay. It's called The Power of Now. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Okay. What if I've been in a crossroad for 7 years? You better move your ass on. Okay. 7 years crossroad. What are you doing? What are you doing? 7 years at a crossroad. Stop it. Here's what's happened, Mr. John Stamos. Crossroad, you sat there, you've looked left, you've looked right, you know you're supposed to go right, but you're too scared to move. That's why you're still stuck there, because you're scared of failing. You're scared of people's opinion. You're also scared about family's opinion about the choices that you are supposed to make. That's why you haven't moved off that 7-year crossroad. No one should be at a crossroad for 7 years. Crossroads are temporary. They're temporary. If you've been on a journey for 7 years, yeah, but you've been stagnant there for 7 years, no. Let's put that back up, man. I'm only just finding my confidence in my 50s. Amazing stuff, Kerry. Okay, but going back to Mr. John statements that asks, what if I've been in a crossroad for 7 years? Time to move. Time to take action. I'd rather you take action, but what if the direction isn't clear? Watch this, and I love this. It's not the direction isn't clear. You just don't have enough faith in yourself. If you look at a car only has a headlight that shines 20 feet ahead of you. Okay. When you drive that 20 feet, it shines another 20 feet. How can you drive 100 miles from one end of the country to another with a lamp that only shines 20 feet? That's because you covered the first 20. By the time you look up, another 20 is opened up for you. But everybody wants to see everything clearly. Dude, let me tell you, the full direction won't be clear. All of the people that are successful out here say, I'm great. They didn't see this. They saw what they wanted, the road looked hazy. They took the first step. They messed up the second step. They came back to the first step, took the second step again, and they just kept going back until they kept moving forward. Little steps is the answer. Thank you very much, Kerry. We need to get Kerry on the show. Kerry, it's never too late to take that different path. So, Mr. John Stamos, it's so important for you to decide right now. It's all about deciding and moving. Ask your soul, what do I want right now? What have I always wanted? For me, acting and performing. And the more I talk about it and not do it, the more I feel better. Oh, but what if, what if? Forget the what ifs. Take that move. Just make that step. And also what I would say is you could get a coach, but the coach don't know you more than you. You live with you. It's your heart. Your heart beats for something. Your heart beats for something. I'd rather be on a path that makes me happy than a path that makes me popular with my friends and family. It's not about popularity. It's about happiness. Fight for your happiness now. And sometimes it might mean getting a lower pay. Do it. Do it. Do it. Because when it's all said and done, when you're in your 90s, 100, you're not going to say, oh, show me my bank statement. No. You're going to say, what's my heart statement saying? Did I live this life and did I enjoy every part of it? My name's Action Jackson. Thank you so much. Mr. John Stamos, please DM me on Twitter. Let's have a conversation to help you on that path so that you can get greater clarity. It's easier said than done, I know, but we can do it. My name's Action Jackson. Thank you so much for tuning into Motivation for the Nation. I'm sure this has really helped you. I'm going to leave you with, I wish I could carry around a miniature version of yourself for motivation. Does that mean that I have to create an action doll where you can press it and it's got all these different quotes? That's an idea, actually. Yo, Camilla, write that down. I might create an action figure and 7 different buttons. That's possible. Listen, I do life coaching, one-to-one coaching. If you are interested in me coaching you, we can make that happen. I can coach you just to help you out, to make clarity. If there's one thing I'm an expert in, is I'm an expert in confidence and happiness, because those are the things I've lived with for the last 30 plus years. You know, a hologram of you at all times. Look at that. You're putting ideas in my head. AI. We haven't done holograms yet. We haven't done AI, but what you can do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, Action Jackson Live, Instagram, Action Jackson Live. How did you get so happy? This is going to turn into a Q&A session. I got so happy by being grateful. See, when you're grateful for life, your heart feels full. I don't complain about life. I don't have everything I want, but I've got everything I need. And that is life. When you have life, you can make anything happen. Okay? Stop chasing. Just be. Just be in the moment, in the present. So how I get so happy is I'm grateful and I seek to make other people happy. And when I make other people happy, it makes me happy. When I see you smile, it makes me smile. And that symbiotic relationship, that's what it's all about. Izzy wants to make the world feel happy. Yeah, so she'll change policies through food. And when she does that, it warms her heart. So today, she needs to go and call all the food banks and start volunteering, you know. And when she does that, it makes her feel good. And she'll document her journey of how she's volunteered at the food bank, you know, and that becomes a chapter of her book. Start doing what you love. Mr. Stamos, you're on the line. Guys, if you're watching this, we're talking life, how to ruin your life and career. That's what we're talking about on the show right now. I'm supposed to finish the show. And Mr. John Stamos just came in. Am I on YouTube? Yes, I'm on YouTube. Action Jackson Live, Mr. Stamos. Action Jackson Live. Let's put that up, please. Action Jackson Live, and on Instagram as well, Action Jackson Live. I'm also on TikTok as well. You're gonna laugh. Beware. If you follow me, you laugh, you be inspired. You know, anything to make you feel happy. So Action Jackson Live is my TikTok, my Instagram, and my YouTube. Do you know what, Mr. Stamos? I got a gift for you. Message me and I'm gonna send you a copy of my book. It's called Shut Up and Take Action. Yeah. Maybe that's going to really help you to go one step closer to your dreams. It's called The No Nonsense Guide to Success and Happiness. Okay. Yeah, easy, actionable. All right. Guys, my time is up. Thank you so much for yours. I'll leave you with my music video called Happy 365. God bless you. Have a great day. Peace. Hello.
Happy World 365. Spreading happiness 24/7. Worldwide. Action Jackson, Ambassador for Happiness. Let's do this. Every time you wake up, don't forget you're amazing. You're a star, and that's never changing. Your life could be hard, but life is a gift. Do a little dance and move to the beat. I know negativity will come your way, but you stay positive. Like every single day, they don't hold your destiny. Better live each day like a legacy.
I know sometimes you cry, but joy comes in the morning. Yeah. Young girl, keep your head up high. I got you when you're falling. Yeah. I know sometimes you cry, but joy comes in the morning. Yeah. Young boy, keep your head up high. I got you when you're falling. Yeah. I'm HAPPY 365, yeah. I'm HAPPY. That's the only way to stay alive. I'm HAPPY 365, yeah. I'm HAPPY. That's the only way to stay alive. I'm HAPPY 365, yeah. I'm HAPPY. That's the only way to stay alive. I'm HAPPY 365, yeah. I'm HAPPY. That's the only way to stay alive.
Hey, happyworld365.com. Join the happiness movement. Yeah.
I'ma start each day so thankful that I'm breathing. Cause gratitude is a promise that I'm keeping. Cause I've been through the lows and the deep end. All I needed was some hope and some good friends. So I spread love and I make it look easy. If you want a dose, then you should come and see me. Cause you're special and you're far from regular. Do you hear what I'm telling ya? I know sometimes you cry, but joy comes in the morning. Yeah. Young girl, keep your head up high. I got you when you're falling. Yeah. I know sometimes you cry, but joy comes in the morning, yeah. Young boy, keep your head up high. I got you when you're falling, yeah. I'm HAPPY 365, yeah. I'm HAPPY. That's the only way to stay alive. I'm HAPPY 365, yeah. I'm HAPPY. That's the only way to stay alive. I'm HAPPY 365, yeah. I'm HAPPY. That's the only way to stay alive. I'm HAPPY 365, yeah. I'm HAPPY. That's the only way to stay alive.
Yes. Happyworld365.com. Join the happy movement.